I'm just going to go through and show you how easy it is to recreate a beat. The biggest part to being a producer really is just like keeping up with trends or setting trends really. You got to constantly be learning. The music industry is about just like constantly pushing the margin, having something new. A really easy way to stay on top of that is to essentially take ideas from what's like already working, trending genres, and take influences from that. So I'm going to show you a really easy way that you can get your head around any type of beat that you like, any type of beat that you want to recreate, and steal just like little bits from it so you can always stay ahead of the curve. A lot of the time it can be really hard to find like a tutorial out there, especially if you're making like underground music or, you know, if it's a new trending sound. Once there's tutorials out, like then everybody knows how to do it. If you can kind of beat that and learn to tutor yourself, then you'll always be ahead of the curve and people will always want to work with you. This is my go-to and a lot of people's go-to. So we got this song by JDN, produced by Flea Diamonds and Gianni. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to separate the vocal and the beat. And then we also have this, this is a new feature. So you can remove echo and reverberation from the vocal recording if you want, just like a really clean acapella, which would probably be good for like bootlegs, like remixing, and or if you just wanted to like resample, maybe chop up a sample, but you wanted it like clean with no reverb on it. So I'm just uploading it. That is really clean. So now I'm going to take it a step further. We're going to go split files. So this first one was the beat, and then this is the acapella. I'm going to grab the beat and drag it in. Yeah, we're going to start off by doing the drums. We've got the drums. I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to grab the strings and piano. Or maybe we'll go piano. It will take out the piano. All right, so we got them separated. So you want to open your set in Ableton. These probably aren't going to line up because they sort of start at different points. If I turn off warp, it might be helpful to just drop your MP3 into like a key finder or like a analyzer or whatever. You can turn up your waveform if you go over to this little thing. Just going to grid align these. Once you know, you can just like recreate like whatever genre. Just takes a little bit of work in initially. Alright, so let's get to work. We're going to turn off these melodic ones. We're just going to focus on the drums to start off with. Just going through like a Detroit drum kit. Found this sound. Alright, I'm just going to go to my kit. Fairly sure that's the hi-hat. Alright, so we'll start on the 808. I find it helps to tap it in with your keyboard and then go and fix up the notes. It's obviously what I do with like melodies and rhythms and stuff anyway. Alright, we're getting somewhere. You can also see little transients in the waveform like as well. You can see like there's a little rim hit here. Like obviously this like big fat one is 808, but then there's like a little transient here. It helps as a visual aid as well, because if you were to just import this song, there'd be like a lot going on in the waveform because there's like vocals over the top of it, and like the melody as well helps you understand like where things belong if you can't quite pinpoint how the rhythm goes. And now we kind of need that signature Gianni perk, which I am sure that's going to be in this kit that I just got. This is the song. Let's work on the melody now. This is probably the hardest part in terms of like getting the preset correct, but we can get some very similar ones. I'm not gonna find the exact preset, obviously. This one sounds to me like it could be like Contact or Keyscape or something. Sounds like a lot more natural than sort of like a PCM style synth. You get the idea of it. So we're gonna move on to the pad. Alright, so assuming that this is evil plug, so we're gonna go just with like a 7th chord. I'm gonna drop the 3rd, just so it creates this like imbalance and it feels like eerie. Kind of get the idea. Obviously I didn't recreate the exact same thing, but we got the drums like pretty spot on. It's enough for you to be able to understand like the genre, and obviously like the first beat isn't going to sound like amazing. It's just more about learning. Once you start incorporating those rhythms, you know, where the notes should land, then start like finessing the actual beats that you're trying to make. So that's it for the video. I appreciate you watching as always. Go check the links in the description if this is something that you'll be into. This is obviously like a sponsored video. At the same time, this is something that I've definitely used in the past a lot to help me break down and understand how beats are made, and have taken my productions like up a level, if not a couple of levels. Is a really huge help, especially when you're starting out making beats. Also, even if you're really experienced at production, just keeping up with production trends, as I said. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.